Right, good evening one and all. It's that time. Poor old Sooty sat down here on the floor. He's not he's not keen, but he's not going to have a choice because it's bath time. Right, come on in, sir. Come on. I don't know if you can see him there. Oh, sorry, sir. Let me just see if I can tip the camera a little bit more for you guys. Let me just do that. Oh, it's going to flip back. Look, it's not going to. I'll lower the camera a bit then. How's that? Is that any better? No, I don't think it is. Right, we'll pull it up again, and I'll pop him in the bath. You'll see Sooty when he gets in the bath. Right, here we go. Oh, come on in, sir. Oh, he's not keen. Here we go. Right, that's that one. Hang on. Right, Soot's all ready to go. Pop that up there. Legs up. Good boy. Right, here we go. Right, are you ready for this, guys? Oh, he's so good. Come on in. Right. Here's one Sooty. He's going for it. In you go. Oh! Right, he's down. He's full of mud. His underside is full of mud from the walk this morning. So he's going to have his shower now. I'll pull the camera a little bit closer so you might be able to see a little bit more. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's pull it down. Is that better there? Might see a little bit more there. That's as close as I can get him, I'm afraid. Right, so are you ready for this? Oh, fella! Right, here we go. Once he gets into this, he's not too bad. Oh, there's a good boy. He's been really playful the last few days. He's been like a young dog again. He's been really springy and jumping about, and he's been feeling really good, so that's lovely. I've got my hair tied back because I'm going to get a little bit wet doing this. I have taken my jewellery off. I should have taken my cardi off as well, I think, but it's a bit late now I've started. Right, what I've got to do with my little Soot. Soot has special shampoo because of his problems he's got with his skin. Because he keeps pulling his fur out, he's very irritant. So what I get still, he's pushing his way back. He loves pushing himself against you. He'll push his back against you and keep rubbing against you all the time because he's irritant. So I've got special shampoo for him, which I've used for a long time. But he seems to be clearing up a little bit now. He seems to be getting better. I haven't done anything different. It's just that he seems to be leaving himself alone. He's not pulling his fur out like he was. I'm still covering him at the moment because I don't want to... What usually happens is I think, oh, he's getting better now and he's fine. I don't need to put his coat on. And next time you go to see him, he's scrapped again and pulled all his fur out again. He's a little sod. Once he makes himself sore, it takes ages for it to clear up. So, what we're doing is trying to keep on top of it. I think once his fur comes back again, he does this fairly regularly. I can get a beautiful coat on him. He looks really lovely. And then he sets about himself and pulls it out again. So, we'll see how we get on this time. So, this special shampoo, I get it from the vet. And he seems to take to it okay. I don't use the same shampoo on Snoop. Snoop isn't like this. Snoop's really good. Snoop's got his own shampoo. There we go. Oh, is that nice? So I'll wet him all over and then I'll start the shampoo going. The shampoo I use, you have to put it on him, then you leave it on for 10 minutes and then you rinse it off. And you have to do that 3 times a week. And yeah, it seems to be taking some form of effect at the moment, which is really nice. More the old Snoop. Sorry, Sooty, get it right. That's something with my dogs. Now, it wasn't done intentionally, but the very first dog we had as a family, I've always had dogs, but when my children were young, we got our first dog with the children. And we named him Spike, because his hair was all stood up, so he's all spiky. So we called him Spike, okay? So he was our first dog and his name started with an S, okay? Next dog that came along was our first Scotty. And we used our imagination to pick a name for Scotty and we called him Scott, okay? So it's Scott the Scotty. There's another S for you. Right. You're getting into this, aren't you? I can tell. The next one was another Westie. I lost my first Westie. So I went down and got another Westie, but this time I took my daughter with me to choose this little Westie. And she'd got a pony. It wasn't her pony, it was one she rode at a stables. And this pony was called Ollie. And so she decided she wanted to call this Westie Ollie. So I went along with that. I thought that's a lovely name. So we had Ollie as well. So we've had 2 S's and an O so far. Right. So I lost my first Scotty, Scott the Scotty. I lost him, so I went out to get another one. Now, this is the first time I actually got a rescue dog. This was a pre-owned dog that had been mistreated. And I got this one, and he was called, we didn't name him, he was already named, Scamp. There you go again. So another S to the collection. So we had Spike, we had Scott, and now we've got Scamp. Okay. Right, so the next one to pass was Ollie. We lost Ollie. Now I vowed after Ollie that I wouldn't have any more Westies, because all the Westies I've had so far had had lots of issues where they've been backwards and forwards to the vets, and they cost me a fortune. So I said, I'm not going to have another Westie. I said, because they're just nothing but trouble. Everyone I've had loads of issues where they've had to go backwards and forwards to the vets. So that's when we got the Beagle. And yes, you got it. My wife decided at the time that he was going to be called Snoopy. Another S to the collection. So we had the Beagle and we had Scamp. Scamp passed, and so along came Sooty. Sooty is my 3rd Scotty we've had now, and another S. So yeah, when stroke if I ever get another Scotty, I'm not going to put name under S. I'm going to call him Jock. I've decided my next Scotty is going to be called Jock. I wanted to call this one Jock, but my name choice was overridden by somebody like the name Sooty. Sooty's a lovely name, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to get away from the S's, but somebody else didn't. So that's why Sooty was called Sooty. If I'd had my way, he would have been called Jock, but maybe the next one will be called Jock. You'll have to wait and see. I don't tend to get 2 dogs of the same breed. I don't have two Scotties or 2 Westies. I like to have different breeds. So Snoop was the first Beagle I've ever owned. I don't know that I'd want another Beagle. As lovely as he is, I can't let him off the lead. Snoop follows his nose. So if he smells something, he follows the scent, and he'll just go, and you can't get him back. He goes and he goes, and you can shout and scream and call, he will not come back. He's an absolute nightmare to get back. So that's why he stays on the lead. The reason I keep Sooty on the lead isn't because he does that. The problem with Sooty is he's extremely aggressive. Right, this is my special shampoo that Sooty has. Right. I've got him all nice and wet now. He did have some thistle seeds in him, which I managed to get out. Come on, Nick. Right, here we go. So, yes, Sooty is the opposite. Sooty's a really lovely little dog, but he's aggressive. So if I come across another dog walker, he goes for them. He goes more for the dog, not for the person. And you can hear his little jaws snapping. He's like a snapdragon, quite vicious. And he's got a fair set of teeth on him. So that's why Sooty stays on the lead. So the 2 of them have to stay on the lead because of those 2 issues. I've never had a Scotty quite like this one, where he's been as... I think it's because he's protective of me. I think he considers that he's protecting me. But he's a lovely... Once you get to know him, if somebody comes on the walk with me, to start off with, he's an absolute menace. But once he's settled down, he's absolutely brilliant. He is really, really lovely. But it's that getting used to, that initial meeting you have to get over. Once he gets over that, he's really, really good. Aren't you, sir? Oh, he's loving this. Right. I went and saw my mum and dad today. Right, what happened at the mum and dad's is I did the dog walk this morning, and then when I came back from the dog walk, I usually have a cup of tea and a Mars bar, and I got in the house, got the boys in, gave them their dental stick as I always do, and I looked at the clock and I thought, I need to go and see my mum and dad because I haven't seen them for quite a few weeks now. and I thought I'd better go phone them up, see if I can pop round and see them. So I messaged my dad. I said, have you got the kettle on? I'd like to come round and see you. He said, yeah, come on around anytime you like. So I didn't have a tea break here. I thought, well, I'll have a tea break at my mum and dad's. So I sorted my boys out, put another load in the washing machine, and left the boys at home. And I went to see my mum and dad. I got in the house. My mum had left the side gate open for me, so I could just let myself in. So I popped my head in the back door and shouted, and they said, come on in. And I said, where's my dad? And my mum said, he's in the lounge. I said, what's he doing in there? She said, you'll soon find out. So I go in the lounge, and there's my dad sat there with his tablet on his legs and the TV remote in the other hand. I said, what are you doing? He said, I've got a problem. He said, you're perfect at the time. He said, you can help me sort it out. I said, oh, okay. He said, I can't get BBC One or BBC Two. Oh, okay, I said. So what's happened then? He said, nothing. He said, he said he'd had my younger sister's son and daughter had come round the day before. No, sorry. My younger sister's son and my elder sister's daughter both gone round the day before to see if they could help him sort this out. Now, what my dad had done, he'd pulled all the wiring out that went to the TV because he was trying to take out a phone cable. And he said, ever since he's done that, it doesn't work. And he said, we've tried auto reprogramming it and manually reprogramming it, and they tried everything, it wouldn't work. So I said, well, let me have a go. So I had to go going through the setup mode, trying to set it up, and no, it wouldn't work. And I said to him, it keeps coming up. I said, it keeps coming up that you've got no internet connection. He said, let me check. So he checks up, and he said, no, you've definitely got internet on there. So I said, well, it's telling me I haven't got it. So I tried a few other things, and I said, no, it's not working. I said, let's have a look at your wiring. I said, you should have left it alone. I said, well, while it was working. I said, why did you pull the wire out then? He said, oh, we didn't use it anymore, so I wanted to tidy the wiring up. Good old dad. So my mum was sat there tutting the sign, going, oh, I wish you'd left it alone. Anyway, so I have a look at the back of the telly. The telly's attached to the wall, so you've got a little gap, probably a 2-inch gap to look down. And I could see all the cables on the back of the telly, and they were fine. He'd got a USB cable, he'd got his power and his aerial. That's it, that's all he'd got. So I said, well, where's the wiring go from here? He said, well, it goes behind the radiator, and he's got a radiator cover. And then it went into a trunking section, which went behind a tool unit. And inside the tool unit, he'd got a Freeview box and an old CD player, a DVD player, sorry. So I said, well, what about these in here? He said, oh, I don't use those anymore. I said, so you haven't pulled the wires out of those then? He said, no, I haven't touched those. So I said, all right. So I crawled behind that to have a look, and it was just a spaghetti of wiring. It was one of those, oh my God, where do you start? There was so much wiring behind this storage unit. And I said, have you looked behind here? I said, there's wires everywhere. He said, no, it's all right, I haven't touched those. So I checked as far as I could, checking the cables that had come from the TV were going to these units. And as far as I could see, they did go there. But I did notice that there was a socket strip stuck on the wall behind, and one of the plugs was askew. It wasn't pushed in properly. I think he pulled the unit out to remove his phone cable, and when he pushed it in, he'd hit this socket and pulled the socket halfway out. And that's the only thing I could see wrong. So I said, well, I'll try this. I said, I'll push the socket back in. I said, right, let's go to the auto setup again. So we go back into his TV setup, and it went straight in. He got his BBC and his BBC One and BBC Two back, so he was happy as Larry. But it took ages to find this. Me telling you this, okay, it's only taken me a couple of minutes to tell you this, but I must have been up there an hour trying to get this flipping thing to work. Got it there in the end, thank goodness, and it was more luck than anything else, because I'm not that good at electrics. But we got there in the end. So after that, my mum said to me, oh, she said, it's quite late, would you like to stay for some lunch with us? So I said, oh, that would be lovely. So I sat down with my mum and dad, and she had a cheese board out, some ham, some bread rolls sliced up. It was lovely. I had a beer. My mum gave me one of my dad's beers. Now my dad got a selection of beers at Christmas, and I got the last one. My dad's not a big beer drinker anyway, and I think he got quite a few, and mine was the very last one. Oh, is that nice? He's all sudded up now. You can't see him, but he's all sudded up. I'm working it in. I'm sort of agitating it into his fur. I've got to do his underside yet, but he's lapping this up. He's loving the attention. Aren't you, fellas? It's nice. So that was how the meeting to my dad went. That went really well. Then I came out of there. Now, because I'm going to Scotland on next weekend, I wanted to have a look at my car, get my car all cleaned up and levels and lights and do all that. So, oh, hang on, you just knocked a sponge down. That's right, you're okay. So, when I left my mum and dad's, I needed to wash the car, and I thought, well, I haven't got time to wash it because I had to go and see my friend Peter. So I thought, well, I'll go to the car wash. There's a car wash just up the road. It's all foreigners who actually operate it, but they're very good. So I thought, I'll nip up there and get them to do my car. So I went up there, and while I was there, I got a phone call from a young lady called Abby. Now, Abby's the lady who's going to be doing my makeover near Birmingham on the Saturday. So she phoned me up. She messaged me. I'd already been in contact with her before that. She'd got my number, I'd got her number. And she phoned me up, or she messaged me, when can we talk? And as I was sat in the car while it was being washed, I said, well, I just rung her back. And so we had a chat. So we've had a good chat and pretty well organised what's going to go and happen on that Saturday. Haven't set a time yet because I've got to tap in the address and see how long it's going to take to get there. But I'll do that later. So I had a word with Abby. After the car was washed, I took the car home. Then I had to dash in the house because I'm still dressed as April at this time, because Peter doesn't know anything about April. So I had to dash in the house, get changed, and then had to go and see Peter. I got to Peter's just gone 3 o'clock, so it was perfect because I usually get there at 3 and I just missed that. So I did really well. So I went and saw Peter. Peter's in good form. I had to order him some more boiled sweets. That reminds me, I've got to make a note of that. So I ordered him up some more sweets, and I told him I'm not going to be there for the next 2 Sundays. So he does know, but he will forget. So I'm going to have to keep reminding him as the weeks go. But so far, I think he's got it. So that went really well. And now I came back. I got home about 4:30. I've finished off my washing. There's just one more load in the tumble dryer at the moment, which is the dog's bedding, the dog's duvet cover from their day room. That's the last thing to do. I've done all the towels, I've done all my bedding. That's all done and put away. And now I've fed the dogs. I've just had a cup of tea, and now it's bath time. So I'm doing Sooty first, because Sooty's the one who takes the time. And I have to work the shampoo well into his fur. He's loving this. He just keeps wiggling his bum. Right, I've got to do his front legs now. I've just done all the back legs, all his tummy's all done. Now we've got to go further forward, so I've got to try and turn you. Can I turn you around? Are you going to turn around? There's a good boy. He turned around all on his own there. No! Sooty, turn around. Sir, turn around. Here, what's this? That's a good boy. Right, here we go. We're doing this front bit now. So it's been a really, really busy day. While I was having my cup of tea, while the dogs were having their dinner, I went through my messages. I hadn't done any message answering since this morning, so I went through the lot. I've got all the way back, and I've got as far forward as the last message. So there's probably more messages on there again now, but I haven't had a chance to check. But I will be putting this video on in a minute, guys. And this will take a long time to load because we're up to 19 minutes already. And I haven't even done Snoop yet. There's a good boy. Is that nice? You are loving this. You are so soft. Right, move over a little bit. I'll do the other leg. So yeah, it's been a really good day. It's been a busy day, but it's been a good day. I've really enjoyed it. It's gone quick. The sun did come out when I was at my mum and dad's. They did say the sun should come out today. Well, it did. It finally put in a show, but it was very late in the day. And it was dark, just gone 4 o'clock, it was dark. So yeah, So it's been a good day, it's been a good weekend, but it's been a very quick one. But next weekend, it all changes. You guys know that I'm off up to Scotland. This time next week, I will be in Scotland. I'll be there by now. I'm hoping to get there about midday or just after. I'm going to set off really early in the morning to make sure I get there in the daylight. There's nothing worse than going somewhere you don't know and turning up in the pitch black. So I'd like to get there. I'm going to leave about 3 o'clock in the morning, hoping to get up there around lunchtime, maybe just after, while it's still light. That's the plan anyway. I think the last time I went up to Scotland, I went up the A1 and I was going to cut across and go up across the Pennines and go up past Carlisle, up past Glasgow, up that way, but we couldn't do it because the roads were shut. We ended up having to go up to Edinburgh, then cut across to Glasgow and work away. We were going to Argyll and Bute, and it was a long trip, guys. It was a really long trip, and we were in the pouring rain from Peterborough all the way to Scotland. It didn't stop the whole day. It just poured down. It was the worst trip I think I've ever done. It was just torrential rain. The wipers didn't stop all day. It was a terrible day. Right, you're all lathered up. Right. Oh, it feels lovely. Is that nice? Is that good? I know. You can't hear the sign. I'm getting lots of sign from Sooty. Is that lovely? Are you enjoying this? Is that really good? Are you having a good time? Right, hang on. I've just got to wet his head because I've got to do his head yet. No, come here, turn round. No, Sooty. Thank you. Right, keep your head down because I've got to rinse your head off. Keep still. I'll just wet his head so I can shampoo his head. There's a good boy. Right, keep still. I don't want to get water in your ears. Keep still. Good boy. Right, there you go. Keep still. No shaking. Don't you shake yet. This is what he does to me. He shakes. As soon as he gets his head wet, he starts to shake. Don't shake. No, no, I caught you. Right, let's do your head. There. Oh, you're such a softie. So it's been a really good day. I've had a cracking day. I've had some lovely messages from you guys. Now, somebody did message, I've had a couple of people message about my name. And this is something that keeps coming up again and again. Now, there is a video on there why I chose the name April. I'm not going to tell you on this video why I did that, because I've already done a video. I've done 2 videos about this already. So if you do want to find out how I came about getting the name April, it is on there. I think it was probably about 3 months ago, so you're going to have to go back through hundreds of videos to get to it, but it is in there. And it is titled something along the lines of how I got the name April. So it's pretty straightforward, and you can watch that. But it was a real hard one for me to make, quite an emotional one. Right, keep going. So I'm not going to say on this video why I chose that, because I've already done it. There, right. Right, I'm going to start rinsing his bum off because the bum's been done for a long time, hasn't it? You get all those suds out, can't you? Oh, you're beautiful, so good. No, don't shake. Don't you start shaking yet. You can see. Right, you're going to turn around for me so I can do your bum. Turn around. Turn around. This way. Good boy. Right, keep still. Right, we're going to start on his bottom. He's going to rinse him off and work our way forward. Keep still. Oh, you're so good. Oh, he's a diamond. You are an absolute diamond. You are. Is that your tail? You hear him racking his tail. Is that? Oh no. Right, let's move you away from the side of the butt. That's a good boy. No, don't push back. Keep still. Sooty, keep still. He keeps pushing back. He gets nearer and nearer the tap, so I have to keep pushing him forward again. There. Oh, keep still. Snoop is very quiet. He's on the sofa in the boys' day room under the duvet, and he saw me pick Sooty up, but he didn't come up. He stayed on the sofa, so I'm going to have to go and get him. And he's very good. He'll come up on his own. He can get up and down the stairs on his own, whereas Sooty can't. He frightened himself going down the stairs once. He did come up the stairs on his own once, but he frightened himself going down the stairs. So ever since then, he's never tried the stairs again. The stairs are extremely steep, and I think he nearly went head over heels going down the stairs, and that frightened him. So he's never ever done it again. He did it just the once and he's never done it again. So I have to carry him. So I tend to wrap him in the towel to get him downstairs. And then once he's downstairs, he's happy as Larry. He's running around, rolling on the carpet, doing what he usually does. Right, I'm going to work away a little bit further forward now. There's a good boy. So that's it. That's how things have gone today. It's been a really good day. I didn't get the sunshine this morning when I was out with the boys for the walk. It stayed very grey, but it was extremely muggy. There was no wind, absolutely no wind at all. And I got really hot. I think I probably only left the car maybe 10-15 minutes. And I ended up having to pull my waterproofs down and tie them around my waist. So I got so hot. So I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was going to be a really cold, dismal walk, but it wasn't that bad at all. Very wet, hence why the boys got extremely muddy. Lots of thistle seeds everywhere. I've been picking thistle seeds out of them. More Sooty than Snoop, because Snoop's that much taller. Snoop's fur doesn't seem to attract the thistle seeds like Sooty's does. Sooty's like a magnet. His whole underbelly will be full of thistle seeds and it takes me ages to get them out. I know you're a good boy. It's one of the joys of having a dog that's very low to the ground. They were both extremely tired. By the time we got back to the car, they both slowed down dramatically, especially Sooty. He'd had enough. He wanted to get back in the car. And they slept in the car on the way back. There you go. Keep still. There's a good boy. Is that really nice? Oh, you are so good. You are so good. He's lapping this up. He's really enjoying this. Right, let me do your shoulder then. Right, we're up to the front shoulder now. There's a good boy. Right, so one of my other subscribers said to me, can you show us your potions and lotions in your bathroom? I can do. I can't do it while I'm washing the dogs, but I haven't got a lot on my shelves. Most of the stuff on my shelf is dog related. You can see a glass shelf behind me, and most of that is actually dog related, I think you'll find. But I haven't got anything in the way of perfumes. The reason I'm not that... I can't smell anything, guys. That's the main issue I've got with perfumes. My sense of smell is awful. It wasn't up until 2020, when we had the COVID saga start off. I was diagnosed with asthma. I actually got asthma at the same time. I didn't catch COVID, but when I got asthma, I lost all my sense of smell. And I've lost it virtually up to now. I get the odd thing I can smell, but very odd things. But on the whole, I can't smell a lot. So when people say to me, what sort of perfumes do you use? I don't. Probably be a waste of time with me because I wouldn't be able to smell them anyway. Other people would obviously smell them, but I can't smell them. And I shower every night anyway. You know, it's not like I'm a smelly person. I do keep myself lovely and clean. I certainly don't pong at all. I am really clean. But I just don't use perfumes because I just can't smell them. So I think if I did have a perfume, it would be for the sake of somebody else as opposed to for myself, because I wouldn't appreciate what I was putting on. Right, I'm going to do his head now. Now this is where he might start shaking. I've got the towel ready by my foot, so this is where I might get wet. I'm all ready. There we go. Is that nice? Oh, he's lapping this up. Right, let's do your face. I'm trying to keep the water out of his ears and out of his eyes. And he's been really good. He's been extremely good, aren't you? You are really good today. There you go. There, keep still. Right, this is where I'm going to have to take shelter behind the towel in a second. Because once I've finished his face, which I have done now, he's going to shake. Right, stay still. Right, so I've got the grab and towel, and this is where it all goes so wrong. Right, here we go. Good boy, all done. All done. Good boy. Are you done? Are you shook? Are you all shook? Oh, my glasses are wet, but other than that, I'm not too bad. Come on in. There's a good boy. Right. Right, he's ready. He's done. He's going to be a sweet smelling dog. Not that I'm going to smell him. Is that good? You're feeling good. Oh, you're so good. Right, it's going to be Snoop's turn next. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video, get Sooty downstairs, get him all sorted out, and then I'm going to have to bring Snoop up. And we can do a part 2 if you like. You can see me do Snoop, but this one's taken me half an hour to do. You're only supposed to leave the shampoo on for 10 minutes. Well, we've been at it half an hour already, guys. Haven't we? Is that good? Are you having a good time? His little tail's going, he's having a good time. There you go. Oh, you're so soft. You are so soft. I know. Oh, you're so good. I know. You tell your mum all about it. Let me get your chin. Wait, hang on. Right, I'm going to have to get him out in a second. I'll try and get his back dry first before I pick him out, because he's going to make my floor all wet. Right, here we go. Oh. Keep still, don't come out yet. I'm not ready for you to jump out. Right, I think we've got the brunt of it. So now I've got to do is try and get him out without getting drowned. Right, okay, so hang on, don't panic. Here he comes, guys. Oh my goodness me. Oh, keep still, keep still. Right, guys, I'm going to get him dried off, get him downstairs, and then I shall bring Snoop up and we'll do a part 2. So I'm going to sign out now, and I shall speak to you guys later. Okay, bye-bye. Keep still, Sooty.